Runnymede Farm, it has 1 acre for every day of the year, so 365 acres including the house and the residence. And it was founded in 1867. Like many stories, it actually starts much earlier than that. My great-great-great-grandfather was General Green Clay. He came to the territory in 1780, and he was a surveyor. And for every acre of land that he surveyed, he received half, or for every 2 acres, he'd get 1 acre. And by the time he died in the 1820s, he had over 40,000 acres. His son was Brutus J, the first one, and he had another son that was, they had 6 children, but one of them, Ezekiel Clay, was my great-grandfather. And Ezekiel, being the son that he was, went off and joined the Confederacy, went and fought, was shot, captured, lost an eye, and after all that, his father buys Runnymede for Ezekiel. And then Ezekiel, in partnership with his brother-in-law, Catesby Woodford, really start breeding thoroughbreds, and gets started in 1867. What's unique about Runnymede is, according to the Daughters of American Revolution, we're the oldest continuous thoroughbred operation in Kentucky. And with that, we look back at Ezekiel and the breeding that he did, and it really was the standard bearer during that time frame. Bred the first horse to win over $100,000, won $118,270, Miss Woodford. And the way I describe her was she was the original Zenyatta. She raced in 48 races, hit the board in 46, won 36 of them. She would run against the colts and win. Then there was Hanover, first horse. He won the first 17 races, won the Belmont by 15 lengths. And then there was Ben Brush, that was the first horse to win the Kentucky Derby at the current distance of 1.25 miles. But he was the first horse to have the blanket of roses draped over his withers. But they were actually pink and white at the time, not red. My father, with the farm manager Martin, had an extraordinary run. From 2000, bred over a 15-year period, bred 9 Grade 1 winners. And to put that in perspective, a Grade 1 winner, there's about 2 out of 1,000 win Grade 1 winners. And we only produce, on average, about 20 foals a year. It's fascinating to me when I look at the history of a lot of the great breeders. A lot of times you can see that their success was really connected to 1 or 2 mares. And Runnymede would be consistent that Cousin Dinkoa was the dam of Sakakor. And Cousin Dinkoa produced multiple graded stakes winners, 3 of them. Then she produced Sakakor that had some ability but retired early. Produced Lady Eli, who was a champion older filly, turf filly, and won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. And won Grade 1s as a 2, 3, 4, and 5-year-old. We firmly believe that the land is the foundation, and when you look at all the champion horses that have come off this land, it really, we'd like to think that it's just because we're so great, but we're just very fortunate to have this land. And if you look at Runnymede relative to a lot of other horse farms, we're a bit more hilly than a lot of the farms. In fact, we have one of our claims to fame. We have the greatest sledding hill in central Kentucky.
There we go!
My father's now 97 years old, and we own the farm in partnership with my siblings, and we work together, and we all care deeply about it. There's so many people in our industry that love horses and grew up somewhere else. And you know what they were dreaming of when they were little? Coming to Kentucky. You have the land, you have the bloodstock, and you have the people, the know-how, the veterinarians, the farriers, the farm managers, the grooms. All those things come together to create something that's pretty insurmountable. There's 3 real moats that make Kentucky one of the greatest places in the world to race horses.